Hi everyone, I'm Sharon from NKN Crystal Creations and I'm here to talk to you this evening briefly about crystal grids. If you are watching me live, then drop a comment in and hopefully Facebook will let me see it. Otherwise, I know it may be sort of tea time and bedtime for some of you, so just hashtag replay, hashtag sorry I missed you, and drop any questions or comments below. At the end of this, I'll also leave the links to a couple of things that I talk about. So thank you to Jess for inviting me to chat today, and what I'm going to talk to you today about is something called crystal grids. So what crystal grids are, it's different ways of arranging your crystals to enhance the effects or for specific effects, and you often do it with a new moon and intention setting, and then you leave your crystals sat doing their work. So for example, the simplest one would be something like this one. So what you would do is pop your crystals on each of the positions for the chakras. Maybe pop a piece of paper underneath with the intention that you want. It could be I'm going to be free from stress and anxiety, I welcome in abundance, or even I am balanced and calm. Pop your crystals on there, pop it to one side, and what that will do is for the length of time you leave it there, the crystals will still be working their magic quietly in the background. Now I also do one of these with a person standing up, or this one is really cute. And you can actually have it personalized down here. So particularly if you're somebody that does distance healing or distance Reiki, something like that, then actually having one of these, I know years ago when I did Reiki, I just used to do it with a piece of paper, but having something like this set up that you can put all the crystals on and it's sturdy enough to move without tipping your crystals off. It's a really, really helpful thing to do. They're made of bamboo, so they're sustainable. Just need a gentle dust with a cloth and they will last you for years. But my favourite crystal grid at the moment is this one. And this is called the Flower of Life. And it is actually based on sacred geometry and all the intersecting bits and pieces like that. Again, made with bamboo, and this is something that I would use probably on a monthly basis. So at new moon, once my crystals were cleansed and everything, I would grab something like my labradorite tower, pop it in the middle. I'm not going to leave that on because I've got the shakes, or just a big chunk of crystal, and then pop your crystal round the outside. Hi Jess, thanks for joining me in various shapes. And there's lots of stuff online on Pinterest that tell you sort of different shapes for different things. So for example, if you were attracting abundance, you would use things like citrine, maybe jade. Some of the green stones are quite good for attracting wealth and abundance. So you would actually make your shape with that. And as I said, there's all sorts of different shapes. You can just do circles, you can do spirals. I've seen them done where, as well as using your crystals, you can use things like dried lavender, flowers, grasses, things like that to pop in between. just to pull that extra earth energy into it. And then once all your crystals are in place, you would just set your grid. I'm going to do it with something smaller. So what, here we've got a malachite, and I have my crystal wand here. So pretend that's a tower or something bigger in the middle, and it's got other crystals around it. So what I would do once everything's set up, I would then either using my crystal wand or just a fingertip, if you don't have a wand, touch each of the crystals in turn whilst repeating your affirmation. So that could be, I am welcoming money and abundance into my life, or this month I will work on being less stressed, or lots of different personal to you affirmations. Pop that in place somewhere where it's not going to be disturbed, but where you can visit it, where you can visit it and just sit and meditate with it. And then also, if you've got, these are just little dinky clear quartz points. Clear quartz is really, really good for amplifying the effect of other crystals. So just have these around, and it could be this one or it could be the chakra one, pointing inwards, and that is pointing in and amplifying more energy in there. So that's just another way that you can think about using your crystals. So this you can do some really lovely, quite complex things with. But if you're just starting out, or if you're doing a lot of distance healing and stuff, then you can go for one of these. Yes, you can purchase clear quartz from me. I tend not to sell single crystals on their own, but if I've got a bulk order, then yes, I can do them and pop the postage out. I'm going to leave my links below in the comments, but I do sell crystals in bundles. So like some of the ones I was mentioning for abundance, I sell those that you actually buy the whole bundle, and also a full colour guide with a colour photo of each crystal and what each crystal does. Because I know certainly when I was starting out with crystals, I really struggled to remember, well, what's that green one for, and what about that pink one? I was okay on the purple ones, but that's why I do the colour guides with them as well. But yeah, just drop me a message if you're looking to buy anything, and I can sort something out. These and these are on my website, but they are very soon also going to be available on Jess's website, if you want to purchase them. This one is £25. This one's 25, or if you want it personalised, £27.50. These, I can't remember the price because I tend to sell them as a bundle with the crystals, so I will look it up and put it in the comments. Yes, on the Mother Moon website these will be before long. I've just got to make sure you've got all the photos and everything you need. So that is a very, very quick run through crystal grids. I would say just give it a go. Grab yourself a base. It is so much easier than doing it with a piece of paper. Jot down what you're working on, what your intention is. Set it up, and then make sure, particularly if you set them at new moon, between new moon and full moon, you actually visit it and just sit for a couple of minutes meditating with it, taking that quiet time out. So I can see we've got 3 people on, but I can only see Jess. Do the other two people want to say hi, give me a wave? Can you make a grid however you wish, Sophie? Absolutely, absolutely. So I've got one at the moment that's set up with labradorite, lapis, and I think that one's shungite, so I won't pick it up, I'll get it mucky. So it's actually just thinking about how you wish. That's a good starter. But once you get to the flower of life, some people don't even use grids to create their grids. They just create these beautiful things on them. Yes, Sophie, shells are beautiful. Again, it's just pulling that bit of nature into it. So using shells along with your crystal. Is that somebody trying to join me online? Let me have a look. This doesn't always work. Sophie, just asking you if you want to join me on live. I'm going to approve you. You don't have to come on live if you don't want to. It may just be Facebook doing its thing. Says it's adding you. No, that's absolutely fine. It was Facebook doing your thing. Yes, you can use shells. That'd be lovely. And just a couple of crystals in there. Pebbles from the beach. Have you got things like sort of seagrass, the sand grass that you get in the sand dunes, anything like that? Oh, are you back, Sophie? I'm still here. I don't think I froze this end. It might be when I asked you if you wanted to come on. Do you have any more questions for me? As I said, it's been a very, very quick run through. Yes, she's still there. Just to get you to, you know, start thinking about a few different things you can do with your crystals. If you're anything like me, then I've got so many. It's thinking of different things to do with them and them actually working their magic for you. I'm very much of the belief that we don't always have the time, energy or money to go up for a full on crystal treatment. How did I get into crystals? Started, must be about 13-14 years ago. I was feeling a bit fed up. I wanted to do something for myself. I'd done some Reiki. I'd done my Reiki 1, and then I saw a crystal course that was fairly near me. It was a year one, so I signed up to do that, and yeah, did my case studies and everything. But for a long time I just used it for me, and I never really wanted to do case studies all the time. But then when lockdown happened, as happens to a lot of us, I was selling a few craft bits and pieces, but I didn't really have a specific niche. And that's when I had a bit of a brainwave and thought, well, actually, I'll make crystal jewelry, because we don't always have the time to go and have a treatment, but we can all grab a bracelet and put it on in the morning. And also doing a bit of sort of teaching and sharing my knowledge. It really was. And it was like, it was full days as well. It was like 12, it was every Sunday from like 10:30 till 4. It really was long. So yes, so now I'm about sharing that knowledge and giving you those easy ways to use crystals, but also thinking about things like the grids that you can get your crystals to work for you. And another one of my favorite things I show you is, oh, it was a long time ago. It was when I lived in Bristol, and it was actually a somebody came in to do it, and it was in sort of a wellness centre just outside Radstock. Yeah, as I said, we're talking 10, 15 years ago. But here's something that I think everybody should have in their crystal collection. Who can tell me what this is? Let's wait for Facebook to catch up. Or I even have one like this now. Both of them are made of selenite. Now, selenite is really good on its own. Yep, selenite, that's it. Yep, selenite. Selenite is really good on its own. It's sort of calming, relaxing, but it's also good at cleansing and charging crystals. So I say have one of these, whether you have a bowl or a plate. Have one of these on your dressing table, whatever, in your bedroom. And when you come home at the end of the day and get rid of all your crystals, wherever they might be stored, or whatever jewelry you might be wearing, pop them in there. And when you get up in the morning, you can pick them up and they're ready to use again. They've all been nicely cleansed and charged overnight. And they look quite pretty, and it keeps them organized. And it keeps them organized. The reason I make jewelry now and do things like grids is, like a lot of people do, I used to put my crystals in my bra, and I had a few incidences where I lost them. Yeah, it's really easy, isn't it, Sophie? And that's what I'm all about, is finding quick and easy ways to do things. So yeah, I lost a few crystals out my bra. And it's really embarrassing when you're walking up the stairs with a male colleague and something clunks and they're like, what's that? And they pick up this warm and slightly sweaty crystal off the stairs. So that's why I started using grids and jewelry. But also I've done research quite extensively, and actually, and I wrote a piece, blog article about 6 weeks ago about why boobs should be the only thing in your bra. And there's lots of different reasons why we shouldn't put crystals, mobile phones, money, keys, lipstick, or anything else like that in our bras. So just something simple like a crystal bracelet, the little bowls. My jewelry, I was just looking around to see what I've actually got out. 2 seconds. Sorry about that. Yes, I have an online shop. I'll put the link in the comments below. So I was talking about, I sell crystals in bundles. So if you go onto my shop, you'll find them. And what you'll get when they're delivered is all the crystals, little bag to keep them in. And this is your guide, A4, full colour, telling you what's in there and what's it for. In terms of jewelry, it can be something like just a simple bullet pendant. That one's got a clasp on, but I also do them on the faux leather where you can just sort of slide the clasp to wear it as long or as short as you want. These are great fun. These are bag charms, so that actually unclips and then you can clip it on. I find these are also really good for kids. They can clip clip them to their backpacks when they go to school. So something like that. I haven't got any bracelets made up at the moment. I just do straightforward elastic bracelets. I do also custom make them, so we can discuss what crystals you'd like in them. But these are my favorites. So what this is just an ordinary ballpoint pen, and then can you see in this bit, that's full of aventurine chips. Absolutely, Jess. Message me afterwards and we'll have a chat and I can do you something up custom. So and then the card that it comes on tells you what aventurine is for. So those are brilliant. One of my favorite things, and they actually come in lots of different things. I've done them in amethyst. Citrine's really popular because people use those when they're writing their manifestation stuff. £7.50 the pens plus postage. And what I do on my shop, there's a flat rate postage and you pay that no matter how many things you order. So yeah, but they are one of my favorite, and I've done them because I can vary the barrel as well to match. Oh, aventurine is your favorite, is it, Sophie? Why is that? It's really quite calming and balancing, isn't it? Yes, please, to a pen. Okay, so any more questions? I'm just trying to think what other goodies I've got that I might be able to show you. I do also do my stuff. A lot of my stuff tends to be one-off because I'm creative. I make what I like. So yes, I will custom make stuff, but if you see something on my shop, it's probably a one-off that you won't see again. And I do things like this one. So this is Larkvite, and what I've done here is I've just bent some wire through to make a little hole to then hang it onto a small chain. So lots of different bits and pieces like that as well. What else have I got? I've shown you bag charms. See, there's the Larkvite again, only in a bag charm. And I do also do, instead of like these have got moon and stars and hearts on, I do also do just straightforward key rings for if you have a man in your life that you wish to buy for, that they can just clip onto their jeans, keep in their pockets, do whatever they do with their keys. So they're not carrying around something that's got a flower on it or something else. Personally, I set the grids up for myself. So I decide what I want to focus on for the month. At new moon, I have a sort of little bit of ritual. I do a bit of meditation, choose my crystals, set it up, and then actually activate it. And then at full moon, reverse that and charge my crystals. People that do things like Reiki actually use the grids like this with the chakras on for distance healing. So I've got a very good friend, Janice, that does a lot of Reiki, and she uses these for distance healing. So when she's booked a session with a client, but they're not actually coming in physically to meet her, so they can be used in either way. Okay, does anybody have any more questions? What I'm going to do is in the next few minutes, once I come off, I'll pop the links for the bits I've been talking about in the comments. and also to some blogs I wrote about crystal grids that just go in depth a little bit more. But if you do have any questions, I'm around, I'm in the group. Might be an idea to tag me if you can, or put it in this comments so that I actually see it, because sometimes my Facebook, I don't see all my notifications. I'm sure we're all the same. So thank you for listening. I hope you found that useful. And you're very welcome, Jess. Thank you for having me. And hopefully I can help you out with a few more questions and things like that soon. Take care. Bye for now.